Hello, Lego Ninjago builders. So excited to have you back on Brick After Brick Toys channel. Really happy to be doing this review. This set has 341 pieces. It's the Manta Ray Bomber set. Totally cool. Even has a really cool shooting feature. But one of the things I like best about this Manta Ray Bomber is that it actually looks really cool. It looks like a manta ray from the ocean. So I think I'm really looking forward to the movie, and I hope that once you see it, you'll enjoy it too. And I'm sure some of these Lego sets are going to be things that you're really going to want to enjoy and play with for hours and hours. All right, so as usual, comes with a couple of stickers, but not many, which is nice. And the molded piece that you just saw is like its own separate little boat, but it also is part of the bomber as well. So there's the book. And so we've got two books that are going to help us. This is for ages 7 to 12. So there are a few pieces, I would say, and I think it's like 2 or 3 bags of Legos. There are a few places in this where you may want to pay extra special attention because when I was building it, there were 1 or 2 places where I had to take a few things off and rebuild it a little bit, just because there are some complicated mechanisms. But it makes for really some great playtime because, as you can see, those red, clear red pieces, those are actually going to be shootable. There's a special place, and we'll show you that one. But let's get started with the minifigures. So this is the Great White Shark. He is the pilot for the Shark Army, and I think the jumpsuit that he's wearing as the pilot is amazing. Look at the details on that. That is really cool, and it has kind of some shiny metallic features to it as well, as you see when I'm moving it around. And he of course has the air and water. If he's going to end up in the water or he's flying through the air, he has to have some oxygen. But look at this mask. This is the coolest. That's why he's called the Great White Shark. So that to me is like, I would probably buy the set just to get that really cool Great White Shark mask, because that's going to be so fun. Anything you do, that's just going to be really cool. Like if you were doing a Halloween setup and you do a little mini movie or something and you wanted a Great White Shark, you could steal that and enjoy that. And he comes with this really pretty blue colored fish. I just love that light blue. It's a really nice looking color. And this one has, he has like a corkscrew on his, as kind of his weapon, because he doesn't need a big weapon because he's the pilot. So here's the, like I said, this is like its own miniature little, this would actually, you could detach this, and this would be really fun just to play with this. But this, when the big bomber is finished, this is actually where like the pilot sits. And on the back part of this, what we're going to be building is we're going to be building where the bomber actually has there's like a turret, and he can shoot from and everything. It's not a workable feature. It doesn't have like something you can shoot out of it like the front part of the bomber does, but it's still fun because they use like the Lego magnifying glass as part of that as well. All right, and so here you can see we're going to be putting that together, and you're going to put the Lego magnifying piece on top of that, and that'll make it look really cool because it's like a finder. And that's the gunner piece. It's not a working gunner piece, but it's still fun looking. It still looks really cool off the back of this. All right, you can see how cool that is. And now we're going to put the torpedoes together. And these torpedoes are simple and they look really great, but they also kind of can act as like a flotation device for the mini raft here as well. But these are the torpedoes, and these are, you could drop these if you want to, but obviously they'll break apart if you do. But they look really cool. I think it makes the overall look really awesome. So here are the rest of the minifigures. You've got Cole, the black ninja, and of course he has his mask there. And he has 2 faces, which is always nice when you have the option for 2 faces. And he actually has this bludgeoning tool, which I thought was like, okay, yeah, that could do some serious damage. That's like some kind of a serious hammer. Looks more like something a Viking would use. But anyway, yeah, so totally. All right, there's Cole with his bludgeoning weapon. And then we have the Shark Army Gunner. This guy actually is called the Shark Army Gunner. And you can see the details of you know, the shiny metallic look to the jumpsuit. I just think it looks awesome. He has a really simple hat because he doesn't need a big mask or anything because he's the gunner and he needs to pay attention. But I love his weapon is like a swordfish. It's like a little mini fish with a sword on it, so it looks like a shark, like a swordfish, which is perfect for someone in the Shark Army. That will be great. All right, so he's the gunner. I'm gonna have those two guys just hang out over there, along with Cole. And then this one is very different. This is he actually has a name, and I'll be interested to see what he does in the movie. His name is Chen Li. He is very like an ordinary guy. So this would be great when you're you know, just enjoying like any of the street scenes or anything. This guy could be like, because he basically, his weapon, he doesn't have a weapon. His weapon is actually just a couple of buckets of water and a stick, which could technically be turned into a weapon if you think about it. But it's nice because as he's very posable. You can put him in any kind of scene and that'd be fun. Isn't that a great, and he looks scared too. He looks really nervous. So I think he has the same face as the vendor in the Lego Ninjago City Chase. There's a vendor that has kind of the same face as that. But don't these look amazing? I think these look really cool. And so that is with the torpedoes on it. That's what the top part of the bomber looks like. But now let's put the actual bomber together. And I just wanted to say I love like the colors on this are really nice because they want to keep it looking as much like a manta ray as they can. And so they've kind of gone with the white and with the gray and the sand blue. And it just looks really, really nice. All right, so as you can see, those two pieces that were just put in, those are the mechanisms that you're going to use later when you're putting the projectiles in. That's where they're going to be loaded into later, and I'll show that. And be sure to stay tuned to the end because I'm going to actually, you know, show a little bit more of how the projectiles work and things like that. All right, so let's keep building. This right here, I would just warn you that this is probably part of the trickiest part of the whole build is the next few pieces that are being put on. If you don't put them on quite right, then you have to like tear it off and, you know, put them on again. So in the book, it's not really completely clear. So just be sure to pay attention when you're at that point because you don't want to have to unbuild it and then build it again. All right, so here is where you're going to actually be attaching the tail of the manta ray. And I like the fact that they're really they're focused on making it look as much like a manta ray as possible. So you really get a feel for, you know, that would be a very appropriate bomber to have in the Shark Army. All right, so we're going to finish putting the top part on, which is where we're going to mount the pilot's raft. Is going to be mounted on the top of that black part a little bit later. But in the meantime, I'm going to put some armaments on there, and those are not functioning, they're just for looks, but they look great. In fact, I think the whole design of this was really a nice looking design. So here comes some of my favorite parts is where they actually put the white pieces, and that literally looks like a manta ray with its mouth open. If you've ever watched nature programs and you've seen a manta ray swimming in the ocean, they did such a great job of like making it look like a manta ray. Even to the point where they put those fins, those special, oh, I can't remember the name of them, but they stick out on the manta ray, and it's some sort of sensing fin that are on the manta rays. But okay, here's the tail, and this is pretty basic and simple, not hard to build, this part of the set. And then it just simply gets mounted on the end there because there you go. All right, and there's the top part of the tail. Very, very simple assembly there. But this is I loved this part because I really like the color. I love that sand blue. It just is a really pretty color. And this is a little bit, you know, tricky. Just pay attention to the book with the instructions when you're placing it so that you place everything right. But they're actually functioning wings, and so you'll see in just a second. Once we put them on, they're actually, the wing tips can go up and down, so it looks kind of like it's moving, which is cool. But just the flow of the whole thing is really pretty. And I like the fact with this set, you get a lot of cool pieces that you can use, like technique pieces and stuff that you could use for other things. So here's the top of the wing, and in just a second here, yep, this is like the only stickers that you're gonna have to use for this set, which I thought was really great, that you don't have a lot of stickers to have to use. So there's the first wing. You can see the first wing looks really good. I went ahead and put the second wing build in because it's a mirror image. It's not the exact same wing. You actually, you know, have to place the pieces on the mirror image so that when you put the wing on, it is in the proper direction. And of course, you have to put the wing tip on and a sticker onto the wing tip. There you go. And that does, like I said, that does move. But look at this. How cool is that? It's really nice. Yeah, and I appreciate your watching. So if you would subscribe to our channel, we try to upload a couple times a week. So we always have new Lego videos coming to you. And right now we're just constructing the power mechanism for the Manta Ray sub. But on Brick After Brick channel, we try to have a variety of Legos. So sometimes it's Lego Star Wars, sometimes it's Lego Friends, sometimes it's Lego City. And the Lego Ninjago Movie, I actually created a whole playlist because there's so many cool sets with the Ninjago movie itself. So here's where you attach the power units onto the bomber. And honestly, you could pretend that those were torpedoes as well, because they're really big and they look, you know, the right shape. And some torpedoes have like that power element on the back of it. So you could literally pretend you had four different powered torpedoes. So there, I'm putting in the projectiles, and you can tell. Here we go. It's a very, very simple mechanism. So you can see it's very fast. So I really do think you would not want to have a 4 or a 5-year-old playing with this because they could poke somebody's eye out, you know. I mean, it's pretty safe. And here's the pilot. There's the pilot, and he's ready to go. Start flying around. And again, there are those special fins that are on a manta ray, but they're functioning oars. And so if you had a situation where the main bomber fell out, you could grab the oars and run the little boat if you didn't have a power source or something. But it looks really cool. So I like the fact that it really is, I think it's a beautiful bomber, and from the trailer, it looks like there's a lot of the bombers that are in certain sections of the movie, and there I'm shooting it again. And so you can see this is and for like $30, I thought this was a good set, and it's a good cost for the price per parts ratio was pretty good on this one. And there you can see how you load those in, and they just lock in place, and then you just use the simple mechanism there to shoot them, and they just shoot right out. And it's pretty simple, not hard to do. So for $30, I thought you got a lot for this set. You got 4 minifigures, which is awesome, and you have this really beautiful bomber and a really good play action feature and a detachable top part. So I think you're getting your money's worth for sure with this one. And it just looks like a lot of fun. It's kind of like Star Wars meets Lego. I think there you go. You can see I really had fun with the projectile thing. I really had a good time with that. And again, you just use your imagination. You'll have so much fun, you know, playing with this set and the different minifigures that you get. It's pretty cool and looks awesome with the great white shark as the pilot up there. So thank you for enjoying the video. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Definitely give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying our videos. That would be awesome. Have a great day.